So just drove through an intersection that was all cordoned off by police, and before that we had a notification that there was a robbery suspect on the loose who had went into one of these cash advance places and had a gun and stuck up, was a little stick up, and God, traffic's a mess because everyone's getting switched around. Anyways, I see these cops, directing traffic and stressed out, swearing and stuff, and I think they caught the guy in his car, and my whole point of this thing is when you have a whole population of people wearing masks around for some pandemic that doesn't exist, and you're releasing criminals from jail because of a pandemic that doesn't exist, you're creating, and you're defunding the police, you're creating crime in my town, which affects the safety of my children and myself. And who knows? Maybe if there was, I was driving up to a standoff, an armed standoff, and I had one of my kids with me. Who knows? What if that was the case? This whole thing is disgusting, and it's pissing me off. And I'm sorry if I'm a little pumped up right now, but if you can't see how they're purposely trying to create chaos here by defunding the police, releasing lifetime criminals from prison. We're not talking about county jail. We're talking about from prison, like San Quentin and stuff. They're releasing prisoners if they have tested positive, which means nothing. Now we know it means nothing to be tested positive. They are making our world here. I don't know if they're doing it worldwide. It's trying to destabilize everything, but they're definitely doing it in the United States. And here we have the most indoctrinated, brainwashed, gullible, sheeple people everywhere in the world, because we are under a hypnotic, subphonic trance of subliminal mind control. And they have made this whole society completely unsafe because of the masks issue. When you have a mask and you're concealing your identity, anyone could be a robber. When you're concealing your identity and you're forcing kids to do that as well, you don't know if they have a piece of tape on under that mask and they can't talk and they're kidnapped. We obviously know pedophilia is a big deal. We know that they got the chopper out. It's just chaotic right now. But you don't. We obviously know we have a child trafficking issue. We also, something. Yeah, I assume that was the suspect they caught. And that's a sheriff helicopter right there too. And you know what? I hear sirens and all the time. Obviously we have the fires going on, so there's the fire truck sirens, but I'm talking about police sirens as well, sheriff sirens. We know our world is becoming toxified. We know it's becoming worse and worse. But you people going along with this mask stuff, you're making our society very unsafe because of your willful compliance to authority and acquiescence. And it pisses me off. And if people would actually do research for themselves and see that this whole thing is a giant psyop and hoax, and think for themselves that maybe we might get somewhere we could take the damn masks off and all this discrimination and nonsense. And then our society would be safer because we wouldn't have a bunch of potential criminals, running around with masks on. So I hope my point is taken, and take the damn mask off and stop believing the lies of known liars. And we have to take measures to protect our children. Okay? We have to take measures to protect our children. If we don't do that, if we don't create an environment where they can grow up and be safe, and not subjected to violent criminals and other things, like the environmental toxins, obviously, obviously that's always gonna be an issue. But if we're making our society a violent, criminal laden society, then we're not doing our kids any favors. So by going along with this psyop, you're making our society unsafe, because everyone's running around in a mask and everyone's a potential criminal. And if that doesn't piss you off, I don't know what would piss you off. Geez, like, stop drinking fluoridated water, and drink some clean water, some distilled water. Go on a fast. Flush all the crap out of you, man, because the apathy is mind-boggling. The apathy is mind-boggling. We need people to actually start giving a shit and taking action, doing something. So that's my rant. I'm out. Much love. Peace.